people. We are going to just do a basic yoga practice. It's going to be an overall body stretch and feel good yoga practice. So I may come up with a title when I post to YouTube. So if you have a strap, a yoga strap, that would be great. If you don't have a strap, maybe a belt or even a large or a long towel rolled the long way will work for what we're going to do later or in the first part of our practice, but not quite yet. So just start seated on your mat, and if you have a blanket that can, or even that towel that you want to fold up and sit on the blanket, that might be good and a little bit more comfortable. We're just going to start seated in a really comfortable position. So whatever that is for you, it doesn't have to be cross-legged. If you feel better with a leg or two extended, go for it. I'm just going to sit comfortably, very gently lifting through the spine. Feel free to close your eyes at any time if you'd like to. Gentle lifting through the spine, so not a rigid get the spine up there, but just sort of shimmy the spine up, relax the shoulders, arms, hands, wherever they're comfortable. And then just tune into the breath here to start. Just notice the inhales and the exhales. Start to relax your jaw, so that might mean anything from parting the teeth or letting your tongue hang freely within the mouth rather than being stuck to the roof of the mouth or the sides of the mouth. Maybe swallow a couple times. And then when you're ready and if you're able, take a deep inhale through the nose, fill the belly there, and then just sigh out your exhale. Do that again. Inhale through the nose and exhale. And just allow the breath to come back to normal or establish a pattern of breath that really suits you. And then as you're ready, go ahead. On your next inhale, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up and overhead, maybe bring the palms together. And exhale, release the arms down and behind the body. If you can, if it's accessible to you, go ahead and clasp the hands here, okay? And then really straighten out the arms. If clasping the hands is a little bit too much for the shoulders, you might reach fingertips just back past your hips. Okay, so I'm going to clasp the hands here or reach the fingertips back, opening up the chest. And then go ahead and slide the left forearm behind the lower back, and I have the back of my left hand kind of against my right hip. Okay, I'm going to turn and face you. And then bringing the chin parallel to the mat. When you're ready, go ahead and just tilt that right ear toward the right shoulder. Breathing here. If this feels good, stay here, or you might start to move the chin around a little bit and just kind of feel out some areas in the neck that might be sensitive or ready for a good stretch. So take some time and move the chin around, mostly over on the right hemisphere of the body to start. Keeping the jaw nice and relaxed. Just spend a couple more breaths here. Maybe moving or in stillness. And then start to tilt the chin down toward the chest and bring it down into the center of the chest for a breath. Slowly begin to lift the chin back to neutral. Slowly release the arms. Maybe shimmy the shoulders just a little bit, wiggle off the fingers, roll the wrists, and this can happen really at any time. I'm going to switch the cross of my legs. You're welcome to do the same if your legs are crossed. And then when you're ready, inhaling, arms come all the way up. And exhale, out and down, and then again, reach back. Fingertips either reaching straight back or clasp the hands. Straighten out the arms, open up the chest. Take a couple breaths here. And then I'm going to shift that right forearm to rest kind of in the lower part of my back of the right hand, propped over there on the left hip. And then when you're ready, tilt that left ear toward the left shoulder. And then if you want to, go ahead and start to move the chin around and just find some spots that might feel good for stretching. Taking some time to just gently release any tension in the neck, down into the shoulder area. We'll spend a couple more breaths here. And then start to bring that chin down toward the center of the chest for another breath. Lifting the chin back to parallel with your mat and then gently releasing the arms. Feel free to shimmy shoulders, fingers, wrists. And then inhaling, arms come all the way up. And then exhale to heart center. Good. And then we're going to go ahead and come down to your back. So gently coming down to your back. Make sure that strap is within reach. You might hear the clanging of the buckle of mine. So knees will stay bent. Plant the feet here. And just for now, without the strap in the hand, just bring the arms along your sides, resting, palms facing up. You might squeeze the shoulder blades together or shimmy them together just gently and a little bit, nothing too drastic here. And then when you're ready, we're going to just bring that right knee in toward the right shoulder, squeeze it in here for a couple breaths. And then we're going to reach over for that strap or your towel. And then we're going to bring the strap around the forefoot of that right foot. Each end of the strap or belt in the hands, and then begin to extend that right leg up toward the sky. Extending through the heel, and if you'd like to, start to draw that right leg back toward the upper body. And for our purposes today, go ahead and only go as far as when that knee might be tempted to bend, and then that's where I'm going to stop and hold and breathe and relax the lower back. Relax the butt muscles, the glutes, primarily the gluteus maximus. Just allow it to relax, no need to squeeze here. Just breathe, relaxing the jaw. These next few poses are just going to help release the lower back if there's any lower back tension. And then go ahead and switch the end of your straps into that right hand. And when you're ready, we're going to open that right leg over to the right.
and only so far as we'll keep that left hip fairly well planted, grounded. Extending through the right heel. Next inhale, I'm going to bend my right knee first and then use the exhale to draw that right leg back up toward the center, extending through the leg. And then I'm going to extend my left leg to get it out of the way, switch the straps into my left hand, bring my right arm out to a T, and then bring that right leg across the body. And really as far as you want to go, it'll become a twist for the back. If you go all the way, just listen to your body. Again, extending through that right heel. A couple more breaths here. Next inhale, bend that right knee. And then exhale, draw the right leg back up. And just gently release the strap. Bring both feet back down to the mat. Arms along your sides, and just take a couple breaths there. You might notice different sensations between the two legs, hips. Then as you're ready, draw that left knee in toward the left shoulder. And then reach for that strap, and we'll start to kind of loop that around the forefoot of the left foot. As you're ready, begin to extend the left leg up toward the ceiling. And then start to draw it back, only if it feels good for the hamstring to do so. When that knee starts to bend, just stay right there and breathe. Then we'll bring the straps both ends into the left hand. And when you're ready, we'll drop gently that left leg out toward the left side. Again, only going so far, keeping that right hip grounded. Extending through the left heel. Then on your next inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale as you draw the left leg back up toward the center and extending the left leg, and then extending the right leg along your mat, switching the ends of the straps into the right hand, and then crossing over to the right side. Extending again through the left heel. This side might feel differently, it does for me, so you may not go as far or you may go further. On your next inhale, we'll bend that left knee. Exhale, draw the leg back into center. Release the strap, and we can just kind of move that off to the side. rebend both knees, replant those feet. Bring those arms along the sides. We're gonna walk those feet nearly, back toward your sit bones. You don't have to force them to come back, but just to get an idea of placement for your feet. About hip width apart. And then palms facing up, arms resting alongside the side bodies here. On your next inhale, we're gonna inhale, lift to a floor bridge, so lifting those hips straight up toward the sky, and then you might walk those shoulder blades together or toward each other. If it's accessible to you, maybe clasping the hands and straightening out the arms along your mat. Kind of reach the chest toward the chin, but you're going to draw the chin just slightly away from the chest. Keep breathing here as you press evenly into the feet. Keeping your jaw relaxed. One more inhale. And exhale. And then flatten out the shoulder blades. Bring the arms back along the sides. Take another inhale here. And then as you exhale, we're going to slowly come down, rolling down the spine until that sacrum or tailbone comes down and is resting back on the mat. When you're ready, slide those arms out to a T, palms facing up. We're going to do eagle arms. So we're going to do a supine or a lying down, facing up, eagle arms. So when you're ready, bring those arms up, and as they start to come toward each other, go ahead and slide that right arm under the left arm, where the right arm is going to be the arm that's further away from your face. And just twist into eagle arms. If a full expression of eagle arms is not accessible to you, you can rest the palms on the tops of your shoulders. Okay, so it's kind of a half twist. Otherwise, I have my right fingertips resting in my left palm. And then we're going to kind of lift those elbows away, up and away from the chest, kind of toward the forehead, kind of lifting those arms back and fingertips behind the head, but only so far as feels comfortable for you. Take a couple good deep breaths here. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly lower the arms, untwist, and bring the arms back out to a T. Take a couple breaths. Then slowly go ahead and lift those arms back up. This time the left arm is further away from the face, crossing behind the right arm, twisting into eagle arms or palms on shoulders. So this time I have my left fingertips resting in the right palm of my hand. Bring those elbows up and away from the chest and start to reach a little bit back toward the head. Taking a couple deep breaths here. One more inhale. And then on your exhale, slowly releasing the arms back down. Now this time along the sides. Again, palms facing up. Maybe reach those shoulder blades together again to open up the chest just a little bit. Take a couple breaths here. And then we're going to roll on to one side, taking an inhale, using the exhale to press up gently to a seated position. If you want to keep your eyes closed here for just a couple breaths. We're going to come up to settle in an upright position before moving on, since we have been lying on our backs for this first bit. Good. And then go ahead and come around to all fours. Coming into a tabletop position, we're going to spread wide the fingers. Externally rotate those arms so the eyes of the elbows are energetically facing sort of toward the front of your mat. And then when you're ready, we're going to bring the knees below the hips, we'll just go with a couple rounds of cat and cow. So inhaling to your cow, dropping the belly as you lift the chest and tailbone. Exhale, round the spine to cat. Feel free to tuck the toes in your cat if you'd like. Inhaling to cow, and go ahead and continue with the pace of your own breath. And then after your last cat, go ahead and inhale back to that neutral spine, neutral tabletop position. And then when you're ready, we're going to extend that right leg back and press into the right forefoot. So pressing into the palms and the right forefoot as much as feels good to give a stretch to that right lower leg, the calf muscle. Pressing into the palms in order to keep those shoulders well stabilized. One more inhale here. And then exhale, release that right knee back down. When you're ready, extend the left leg back and press into the left set of toes. Jaw relaxed, breathing here. One more inhale. And then exhale, release back down. If you need to, go ahead and sit back on the heels. Give your wrists a little bit of a roll. Switching directions, wiggling out the fingers. Maybe shimmy out the shoulders. Okay, and then we'll come back when you're ready to your tabletop. And then again, we're going to extend that right leg back and press into the toes just a little bit this time. I'm going to kind of wing my left shin out past the edge of my mat, or however much your knee allows you to do it. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, right arm up and open. So pressing into that left, or that grounded palm, shoulder supported. Look wherever is comfortable for your neck. That might be up at the right hand, or over the heart space, or down at the left hand. Keep breathing here. One more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly lower back down, everything back to that tabletop. When you're ready, extend the left leg back, press into the left set of toes. And then same thing on this side. Inhale, left arm comes up and open, grounding into that right hand to support the shoulder. And then again, looking over the heart space, or up at that top left hand, or down at the right hand, whatever's comfortable for the neck. One more inhale. And then exhale. We'll come back down to your tabletop. And again, go ahead if you'd like to sit back on the heels or the bum. Roll out the wrists. Go for it. Wiggle fingers. Let's roll the shoulders. Reverse directions. Okay, when you're ready, come back out onto that tabletop position, and let's step those hands forward a little bit further this time. Tuck the toes. I'm going to take an inhale here, and when you're ready, we're going to exhale, lift the hips up and back into your downward facing dog. So pressing down and forward into the palms, the fingertips, to really straighten out those arms, lengthening out the spine, relaxing the neck here. Next, inhale, lift the heels, and exhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Again, feel free to sit back on the heels Roll the wrists.
Feel free to take a couple deep breaths and sigh out your exhales. Maybe roll the shoulders. Good, and then when you're ready, back out to that tabletop with the hands slightly ahead of the shoulders to get ready again for downward facing dog. We'll tuck the toes, inhale here, and then exhale, press up into your downward facing dog. This time you might look more to press those heels toward the mat. Still pressing into the hands, down and forward into the hands, relax the neck. Nice deep breaths here. On your next inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale as you travel toward the hands, all the way toward the front of your mat, planting the feet at hip width apart. And then come into your forward fold. And then if it's accessible to you, I'm going to reach my arms up and behind, clasping the hands, and then straightening out the arms, pulling my shoulders up toward the sky, relaxing the neck. Most of the weight comes forward to the forefoot of each foot. And if your shoulders are saying no to this, just keep the arms hanging down. If the arms are extended up, go ahead and slowly loosen the clasp of the hands. Allow the arms to float back down, maybe gently grasping opposite elbows as you relax the neck. Then on your next inhale, come to that halfway lift. You can either rest the palms gently or lightly on the shins, or fingertips can come to the floor. Shoulders energetically reaching back toward the hips, long through the spine, so crown of the head forward. And then from here, one hand at a time, bring to each hip. We're going to kind of slowly move into a chair pose. So start to bend the knees, slowly hinge up at the waist. In chair pose with hands on hips here. And so weight evenly distributed throughout each foot. Relax the shoulders down and away from the ears. Knees are tracking with the toes, so they're facing forward like the toes are, not caving in toward each other. Couple more breaths here. And then on your inhale, slowly start to rise up. And then exhale, release the arms next to the sides. Feel free to close the eyes here if it doesn't cause dizziness. So arms just relaxed along your sides, palms just naturally facing forward a bit. Soft through the knees, relaxed through the tailbone. Just checking in here. And then let's take one more inhale. As you exhale, blink open the eyes. And then on your next inhale, arms come all the way up, maybe touch the palms together. And exhale, forward fold with a flat back. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold.
Inhaling, coming all the way up with a flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Again, flat back. And then inhaling to halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, coming all the way up, flat back. Palms might touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhaling, come all the way up. And exhale to heart center. Good, go ahead and bring the hands to the hips. We're going to do a kind of a balancing pose here. So bring those feet together. Bend the knees. Keep the shoulders relaxed here. And then bring most of the weight into that right foot as you begin to lift the left foot up and off the mat, kind of up and behind. It doesn't even have to come up that far. And then hug, just a gentle hug of the left knee in toward the right knee. Stay here if you'd like, or you might start to straighten up that right leg, the grounded leg. The knee does not need to lock, just kind of straighten up that leg for a little bit of an extra balance challenge here. Keep breathing. One more inhale. And then exhale, release everything down, maybe shimmy out the hips a little bit. I like to press into curled, cracky toes. Okay, and then when you're ready, come back to the front of your mat, feet together, hands on hips, just lightly. Relax the shoulders. Bend the knees. And then shift most of that weight into the left foot this time. When you're ready, start to lift the right foot up and back. And then gently hug that right knee in toward the left knee. Stay right here with bended knee, or start to straighten up the left leg, the grounded leg. Jaw relaxed. Take one more inhale here, and then as you exhale, release back down. Very good. This time we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of a crescent lunge. So bring those feet together again. Hands will start on hips, bend at both knees, and then shift most of the weight to the right foot. When you're ready, start to pick that left foot up, and then we're going to start to reach the toes back and plant the toes. Keep that back heel or that left heel lifted. If you want to widen your stance a little bit to add a little bit more balance, you might eke that right foot over to the right an inch or two, whatever feels good as you square up the hips. Find your balance, your center of gravity. And then we're going to bring those arms up into goalposts. So dig those elbows down just a little bit below the shoulders, and then reach the backs of the elbows back to bring the shoulder blades together, or reaching toward each other. And we're going to add a little bit of movement here. So on our inhale, we're going to inhale, arms come up and maybe together, palms together as you straighten out that front leg. Exhale, goalpost and bent front knee. Inhale up. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend. Release those hands back to the hip. Bend the back knee And when you're ready, hop forward. Good, good. Take a breath here. And then bring those feet back together. Hands to hips, bend the knees. Most of the weight shifts to the left foot. When you're ready, we're going to pick up the right foot, step the right toes back. Ooh. Back heel still stays lifted, and then maybe inch that left foot over to your left a little bit. For extra balance, find your center of gravity in your crescent lunge. And then bring those arms up into goalposts. A little dig of the elbows down. Reach the backs of the elbows back. Shoulder blades come toward each other. Jaw relaxed. And then we'll add that movement. So on your next inhale, extend arms up and front leg. And exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. One more time, inhaling to extend. And exhale, bend. Release the hands back to the hips, bend the back knee, and step forward. Good, shimmy out if you need to or want to. And bring those feet back to hip width apart at the front of your mat. When you're ready, inhaling, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold and step back into your downward facing dog. Feel free to add any movement to your dog if you'd like to, or relax in stillness. Couple more breaths here. Next, inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees and lower all the way down to the mat. We're going to swing the ankles to one side. And I will face you, but you can stay as you are. I'm going to bring the right shin in front of the left. And gentle flex of that right foot. When you're ready, inhale, lift through the spine. Exhale, out in front, down to either the hands or maybe down to the forearms. Maybe even build a pillow with your hands or your fists and rest the forehead down there. On your next inhale, slowly begin to walk the hands back up to seated position here. And then we're going to bring in a gentle twist to one side. We're going to go to our right. So go ahead and bring the right fingertips or the hand back behind that right hip. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, just a gentle twist to your right. Settle in, stay lifted through the spine. And then wherever is comfortable for your neck, you might bring the chin over the back shoulder, or chin over the heart space, or chin back over the front shoulder and tucked down toward the chest.
One more inhale. And then exhale, relax back toward the center. Good. Switch the cross of the legs so that left shin is now clearly in front. Gentle flex to that left foot. Inhaling, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, either walk the hands out, stop right there, or you might walk on down to the forearms, or even resting your forehead on the backs of your hands, or build a pillow with your fists. On your next inhale, begin to walk those hands back up to seated. And we'll plant those left fingertips or the palm behind the left hip. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, gentle twist over to the left. Staying lifted through the spine, and then you choose your spot for your neck. Continue the twist up through the neck by bringing the chin over the back shoulder. Or you can keep it at about heart center or over your heart space. Or bring the chin forward and tuck down toward the chest. One more inhale, and then exhale, just relax toward the center. We are coming to a close. So if you want to bring yourself into a position of rest, you can either gently come down to lie on your back, if you like lying on your side, if you like staying seated in a comfortable seated position, or even turning around and lying on your belly. All options for your final relaxation time. So get yourself into a position for however long you would like. Several minutes is always recommended, just to help to settle down the nervous system, to take some time to notice your breath, to relax all the way down through the body, starting from the head all the way down to the feet. You might even just mentally think about letting go of the grip that any of your muscles may still have from doing the work throughout our practice today. So take some time now to rest, to breathe, just to let go, exhaling, exhaling, and enjoying some rest. Thank you for joining me whenever it is that you did. And